There was this guy named Terrence. He was a homosexual. Around the age of 20, he lived with his mom. It was just them two, and he supplied the family. One day he decided to go to the grocery store just to fill up the house back with groceries, and just get home supplies. So he's walking down the aisle with his cart, and as he's picking out groceries, this old lady, she's fairly old, and she looks civilized, just like buying groceries and whatnot. And as he's walking, you can see this lady, she's confronting him, and he pauses just to think, why is she confronting him? And as she goes, she walks up to him. She looks kind of shocked, she's kind of scared, she's got a worried face, and she's kind of scary looking at the time. And as she speaks up, she says, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. How could you do this to yourself?" And at the moment, the way Terrence was dressed, he was wearing a tight short shirt, tight jeans, long hair, piercings, and makeup. And he was kind of like, this is the way I express myself. This is who I am. And the lady, coming from a different background, she probably goes to a certain religion, she says, "I can't believe it," and she just starts mumbling all these like homophobic slurs towards him and offending him. That same instant, Terrence was shocked at the moment, and he didn't know what to do. He ran out to the grocery store, left the cart with everything like just ready to buy. And that same day, he committed suicide. Now, I'm here to talk to you guys about Proposition 8 being unconstitutional due to the fact that it strips us from our rights as human beings. First reason, it's a fundamental right to marry. Second reason, we all have the rights as human beings. And thirdly, it affects the community. First, I'd like to talk about the fundamental right to marry. Everyone has the right to express who they are or how they feel towards another person. It doesn't make any difference race, ethnicity, culture, or background, wherever you come from, sex. Regardless of that, if you love a person, you should be able to express towards that person as long as you both have mutual feelings towards each other. And for that same reason, I believe that marriage is a fundamental right, and Proposition 8 is unconstitutional for limiting that kind of action between two people. Secondly, I'd like to say that it affects the way we express ourselves as humans because it strips a part of our rights. Doing so is it strips our right to express, to persuade, to inform people who you are, to impress. It affects all those certain things simply because it strips us from our actual rights to express who we are. Whereas, let's say two homosexuals, they want to marry. They can't simply do that just because of Proposition 8 being unconstitutional. And thirdly, I'd like to say that it affects the way our community is. This is because several people, day in and day night, they spend money trying to get these ideas across people, saying that people should be for this or should be not for this, wasting money, wasting their time, just trying to get the idea that homosexuals shouldn't marry, just because that's how they feel. I mean, sure, it's the right to express how you feel, but then again, you shouldn't limit in the law what people should be. And that I believe people can be spending their money on fundraising, either charity stuff, for improving the economy or for the community, be benefiting us rather than supporting certain kinds of laws that limit us who are homosexuals. And once again, I'd like to say that Proposition 8 is unconstitutional. In this speech, I have argued that it is unconstitutional because it affects our community, it affects our rights as human beings, and thirdly, it affects fundamental rights that we have. Once again, I like to say, when we think about it, at the end of the day, you got to remember that Terrence didn't have that good, just because he could not express the way he actually felt, and he ended up committing suicide. So when you think about it, I like to say Proposition is A because of that. Thanks.